What's up, guys? Coach Vic, creator of the Champion Development Academy and Warhorse Strength Camp. Today, I'm getting ready to leave the gym and I wanted to talk to you about something, champions. First, stand up. It's time. You cannot just fucking sit there and be weak. It is time for you to grab your balls, get up, make something happen for yourself. We are not designed to be weak. We are champions at the core. When I put together the Champion Army, I created that in mind. When I put together all the different nuances of the program, I wanted to make sure that I gave you exactly what you need to continue forth and know for a fact that you're a champion, unstoppable in all fronts, so you can have it all with your wife, with your children, with your money. Not work out because you're fucking stressed out, but to actually work out because that's what you're supposed to do, because it makes you better as a champion. That's what we do. We make sure we take care of all these things. Right? Also make sure that you're the champion of God, that your mind is straight, that you can actually hold it together under pressure and stress, because the stress that you're able to put on yourself is well over anything that somebody else is able to do to you. So you always win. Now, today I want to ask you a question. Are you actually eating fucking pork chops? Or are you eating Angry Whoppers? The other night I left the gym because, I left the academy here and I went to a networking event. And I bumped into a few people that I knew. I actually got there late because I stayed here hooking up a new guy that came to join the gym, one of the new champions, stepping up to the plate. So when I got there, I actually put an order in for these pork chops. Fucking man, these pork chops are so good. They're downtown Honolulu, and this place is awesome. Anyways, so I called the order in, but when I got there, I realized I didn't have my ID card case with my credit card shit, my driver's license, none of that stuff. But I was so far gone in that I was committed and I was already there. There was nothing I can do about it, right? I think I had like $8 or $10. No, I had $11 in my pocket, right? So I get there and it cost me like freaking $5 to get out of the fucking parking garage or whatever it was. So you figure when I got there, I'd already called the food in, and then I realized I didn't have the money on me, and then I called them and I was like, hey, how much is the pork chops? Now I wanted these pork chops, but I was like, okay, cool. So they were like, hey, it's $12. I was like, man, fucking that $12 with me. Okay. But my pride would not let me cancel the order because I'd already ordered it. I wanted them. So I thought, in the back of my mind, I go, man, you know what's out right now? The Angry Whopper. I fucking love Angry Whoppers, man. Oh my God, limited time with the jalapenos and the cheese. That is awesome. Oh my God. Like if I got a cheap food, if I had a cheap food, I just kind of eat what I want, even though, you know, I got the six pack and all the other stuff, I still eat correctly because I have a commitment. But I like the Angry Whopper. I love the Angry Whopper. I'll break your neck over an Angry Whopper without a doubt. So, but in the essence, I wanted these pork chops because they were really good, and I'm thinking, the Angry Whopper, you know, I'm gonna wait till I get closer to home before I get something like that. And I haven't eaten it all day. I only ate breakfast, and it was like 10 o'clock at night, damn near. Anyways, I pull over on the side of the road because I was so committed to get this pork chop, because I had purposed in my heart, in my mind, my ego would not let me call and cancel trying to get these pork chops. So I dug him in between the seat and I was like, you know what, man, fuck that. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this pork chop. It's better for me than the Angry Whopper. I want the pork chop. I really, really want the Angry Whopper. And I got enough money for the Angry Whopper. I could have just actually got that, but I was like, no. Because I don't want to call and cancel. So I dug my hand in between the seats. I pulled over. I was fucking sweating, pulling out quarters and pennies and dimes in between the seat of my car because I was trying to scrape up enough money to have something that I thought that I wanted. And my pride wouldn't let me stop. So after my fingers and knuckles were all cut up from scraping in between the seats, coming up, I still didn't have enough for what I wanted. But I walked into that restaurant and I talked to the guy and I was like, look, man, I forgot my driver's license and all my stuff, and I have some money, but I probably got about $9, maybe 10. I don't have the 12. He's like, well, count it out, whatever, we'll kind of see. And I was like, hey, look, you know what, if you can count it out, I'll walk back to the car and dig what you see. But I knew I didn't have enough in there. So I was frustrated counting out because I hate doing like remedial shit. So the change was falling around and I couldn't get it straight. And then the guy looks at me, he goes, you know what, don't worry about it, man, just go, just take them, it's all good. I was like, yeah, fuck, I won. And I walked out, right? Because I'm this champion where I hate to lose. And I figured, because in essence, I got what I wanted. I went in there half cocked because I really didn't prepare because I didn't have my ID card case. I should have checked that shit out. I still got the pork chops. That was my goal. So I get in the car, and because I got them, I ate all of them. It was this huge plate of pork chops, and they were really good, right? But here's the deal. I was driving on my knee, which I know is wrong, whatever, eating. By the time I got to the bottom of the last pork chop, that shit really fucking hurt my stomach. Hold on, let me fix something. Gotta get this message. That shit hurt my stomach. It made me sick. I overindulged in something that I thought I wanted. When it really boiled down to it, I really didn't want it. I thought it was better for me. I fought and scratched to get it. I scraped up my last bit of money. I cut my hands, I bled, I was sweating, pulling change out from between the seats for something that I thought I wanted, but it wasn't really what I really wanted. And it wasn't even satisfying after I got it, right? It made my stomach hurt. I really should have waited to get the Angry Whopper. Since I waited that long, I had what I needed to get what I actually wanted, which would have actually been more fulfilling, even though I had deemed it less important and less good for me health-wise. It still would have made me feel good for the moment. I wouldn't have had the stress to do it. I wouldn't have been sick. I would have been way more enriched than what I got had I not got those pork chops. It's not that the pork chops weren't good, I just ate too many of them because of my pride. My pride forced me to go way beyond measure, as well as forced me to actually go down in receivership because I got too much of what I really didn't want anyways, and I found that it wasn't worth it. So I ask you, champions, if you truly stand up, ask yourself, where else am I doing that? Where else am I choosing something that I think is good for me, but it's not really what I want? I don't have enough for it, so I'll scratch and put it all together, yet at the same time, I still don't have enough. And then after I receive what I didn't have enough for in the first place, it wasn't what I really wanted. And turns out it made my stomach hurt, so technically, it wasn't really that good for me. Where are you at in your life that you're bypassing something that you can get, that you really want, that you have enough for? You just have to use a little bit more tenacity to get to it. Because like I said, the Angry Whopper was what I wanted. It was farther away. I was already in momentum to go get it. I just pulled over. I stopped. I wouldn't have to cut my hand to get it. I would have enjoyed it. Enjoyed my night. It would have ended on an awesome note. Yet, there was a lesson there. In your business, in your life, in your relationships with other people, in your body and spirit, you must understand that what you have is good enough already. Don't bypass something because you think what you have is also less important. Or you're going after something that really isn't going to serve you, that you have to fight, scratch to get it, yet at the same time, it's not really what's going to benefit you. It may just make you sick. And that goes for your relationship. Maybe you may be thinking that you need to add something to your relationship, take something away, and you think it's going to benefit you, but you haven't really got the right conversation with your wife or something like that, and she'll tell you exactly what she wants. You just are scratching, fighting, trying to do something, and you don't even have to. Right? You may be trying to buy her a diamond ring when all she really wants is a hug. Right? And I love you. You may be trying to take your kids to Disneyland, but all they want is a fucking Beyblade that costs $10 at the store, and they're just as excited because daddy spent time with them. Or you may be looking at your business and go, you know what? I actually don't have enough to do this. I have knowledge, yet not the means to move forward on something, not understanding that that knowledge is valuable, placed in the right hands with the right champion and the right coaching. Or it could be your body. You could be abusing your body, thinking that more is better, yet at the same time, more is detrimental to your healing process. You could be looking at yourself as like, I'm going to do more from a church perspective, yet at the same time, you don't do anything from a meditative perspective so you can actually hear the word and receive the word, not just have the word be a springboard off of you to bounce off and go other places and you get nothing from it. Where are you choosing the pork chop that cost you what you didn't have, that just made you sick when you got it, after you fought, scratched, bled, sweat, when you could have just got, in my case, the Angry Whopper, which was closer to home, which took just a little bit more to get at, but I wouldn't have had to do any major stretching, any major loss to be able to have what I really wanted, which would have ultimately fulfilled me as a person. and fulfill my internal desires and my freaking Angry Whopper meal. So anyways, man, I love you guys. Yet at the same time, I'm telling you, stand up. It's time. You have to be a person that's willing to wage war for the things that you want, the things that are important. You got to be a man that's willing to wage war to be a champion of God. You need to be a man that's willing to wage war to be a champion to his children. You have to be a man that's willing to wage war to be a champion to his wife. You have to be a man that's willing to wage war to be a champion of your personal physical body. Do it right. It's all you have. You also have to be a man that's willing to be a champion of your finances, the money that you make, and whether you're a good steward of that money. To be able to grow that money to millions of dollars in your lifetime, you're supposed to do that. Because the more money you have, the more people you can serve. The more money you have, the more people you have served. It's not bad. It's not a bad thought. Money is not bad. The more money you have, you're a dickhead, and you get more money, you're just going to be a bigger dickhead with money. Right? There's a lot of nice people with no money. And there's a lot of dickheads with no money. Choose which one you want to be. I love you guys. Stand up, champion. It's time to start waging war for the things that you care about so you can have it all in your life. I can help you do that. Go to championdevelopmentacademy.com. Fill out the form there. I want to talk to you. Let me know where you're frustrated, where you're stressed out, where you're having challenges. Let's talk and find out whether the Champion Development Academy or Stand Up Champion program is designed specifically for entrepreneurs like yourself who do have the success, that are self-made, they are athletic, they have a mindset that they want to do better. They're just fucking having some challenges and they need some coach and mentor in their life to make sure that they do everything necessary to be unstoppable, to get where they have to go. Honesty, with a level of commitment, will get you there. And if you're not committed, I can promise you that you won't get shit and you're not a champion. You're a competitor. And I can tell you, the army of champions that I'm creating are going to fucking roll right over you. ChampionDevelopmentAcademy.com. This is Coach Vic, the general, the creator of Warhorse Strength Camp, signing off, saying check us out later. Deuce.